Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to. Stop me, this sounds totally ridiculous. A singing rooster dresses up like Elvis. Stop! Well, if you can't even make it that far, then you're gonna have a real hard time with Don Bluth's strangest of animated creations. And that's saying a lot. Rock. Let me be your rooster, and let me roost with you. Director Don Bluth was by far one of the greatest animation gods who ever lived. In the 80s. In the 90s, I think he left his brain at the Foo Bar convention because he turned out some very strange, very mediocre material. The good stuff seemed to end with All Dogs Go to Heaven, and the bad stuff seemed to begin with Rock-a-Doodle. It's strange, it's nonsensical, it's kind of like a bedtime story if read by Andy Warhol. So, why is this movie such a mother-clucking mess? Take a look and decide for yourself. The film begins in outer space as a narrator's voice comes in to fatally attempt to tell the story.
Once upon a time, the sun came up. Imagine for a moment if instead of rising up like this, she took a look around and decided to go back to sleep. Let me tell you all about it.
And let me warn you, I've been drinking extensively. Okay, that zoom-in was a little too extreme. I could practically see his digestive system. So, as the movie begins, you kind of can't really believe what you're watching. I mean, these look like cartoons from the 30s, where everything has a face, everyone seems to be bouncing and singing. What? Did they make this movie for kids or something? There's still no excuse. So, I know what you're probably thinking. What current washed-up singer did they rope in to do the voice of this personality-deprived character? I'm gonna say Garth Brooks. Damn it, Glenn Campbell, I was so close.
Hi, Patu. What you doing? I'm trying to tie these doggone shoes. Again?
It's probably not best to tell you that this is the highlight of the movie, is it? So all the animals on the farm have their own special job to do, and the rooster's job is to crow so he can bring up the sun. What's the name of the rooster, you might be wondering? Well, I'm sure it's something cutesy, like Clucky, or Feathers, or Chanticleer? Okay, so they live on a very pretentious farm. What do you want from me? But one morning, Chanticleer forgets to crow, and yet the sun still comes up. So the animals reject Chanticleer and toss him out of the farm, which makes things very happy for the villain, simply known as the Grand Duke of Owls.
Who's that, Mom?
Ah, what the hell? Oh, okay, I guess the story was just a book a mother was reading to her kid. Fair enough.
His name is Edmund. Of course, he didn't look quite like this when I first met him.
Well, wait a minute, who's telling the story, the narrator or the mother? That's a really bad sign when you have two people fighting over who's narrating the movie. And so the little boy looked out from his window, and then another narrator stepped in to tell the story. Hey, who's telling the story anyway? Well, I thought I was. You couldn't read your way out of an alphabet book. Hey, them's fighting words. Come over here, you meat sack. So it turns out the little boy is named Edmund, and he's concerned because the rain is picking up and flooding the farm that his parents work on.
I want to help.
Well, then pray for the rain to stop, and that will help.
I'm not asking God for anything. He still owes me an Xbox. So the parents go outside as apparently the farm is being attacked by the biggest storm of the century.
Start the truck, she'll be okay! Hurry! Hurry! It's coming! It's headed right for us! It's already here!
That's Christmas, you moron! Santa Claus only comes at Christmas! No, he was calling Chanticleer for help, even though he's just a fictional character in a book. But that doesn't stop the Duke of Owls from breaking the laws of reality, as he crashes into the house to intimidate our little hero.
John, I'm gonna spoil the surprise. Overstream it.
Oh no, tell me that owl isn't voiced by Christopher Plummer.
The Duke is going to eat you.
Oh God, what some people will do for a paycheck. He couldn't have thought this was a good movie. Nobody could have. He must have been under contract or something. That's the only excuse. In fact, I can just imagine him trying to sneak away from this movie.
I hear they're going to announce the casting for the villain today.
By the time you've made the announcement, we'll be over the border.
Trouble with your car, Mr. Plummer?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we couldn't get it started.
Surely you've heard that the studio wants you to provide the voice for the owl in their latest family romp, Rock-a-Doodle?
I'm afraid that's going to be quite impossible.
Now, Mr. Plummer, surely you don't think you can defend yourself against the awesome power of studio-funded lawyers. No man has ever survived their verbal slaughter. So, I take it you'll change your mind about the role?
Yes.
Excellent. My men will escort you to the recording studio.
No escort will be necessary.
I insist. We wouldn't want you to get lost on your way over, would we?
No.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to get Abe Pagoda for Good Burger.
Okay, back to the story. So the Duke of Owls, in front of our little hero, explains his evil plan.
But you see, we creatures of the night have worked very hard to make absolutely sure that that bird does not return. And besides, I positively loathe.
My God, are you still talking? So the owl turns him into a kitten because he claims they're easier to kill, but I think it's because they're easier to draw, as he turns the rest of the room into a fully animated backdrop. I guess owls see better in watercolors. But then the animals from the book also come in to save little Edmund. As it turns out, the only thing that can scare the Duke away is light. Oh, they must have that bright light syndrome that the gremlins had.
I'm afraid.
Wait, what did he say?
I'm afraid.
Kid, you're a little too young to know what that word means. I'm an adult, and I'm still not exactly sure what it means. Nor do I wish to find out. So a bunch of other animals come in to tell Edmund that they're also looking for Chanticleer. Why? Because it turns out his crowing did bring the sun up, and thus they need him back for the sun to return.
We gotta find Shandy and apologize.
Please forgive us. Come home and raise the sun.
But if that's the case, why did it rise without him that one time?
Oh, Chanticleer.
What?
He doesn't come back and crow, the sun won't ever shine again.
Hello? Why did it rise without him that one time?
The story's true. You all left him and he went away.
Why did it rise without him that one time?
You're right, son. We done wrong, and that's why we're searching for the city.
Why did it rise up? You know what? Fine, forget it. I'm gonna make up my own reason. God got bored and wanted to fuck around with the rooster, so he played yo-yo with the sun. Fair, I'm happy. Let's see how else they're gonna confuse me. So the gang all decides to go to the city, because apparently there's a city right across from the farm, to find Chanticleer. Meanwhile, we see the Duke acting as the Phantom of the Opera, as he tells his henchmen to find the cat and kill it. Actually, no, I tell a lie. He doesn't talk about it, he sings about it. We hate the sun! That much we know! Wow! Wow! I can literally tell from the first lyric that this song is gonna suck. That's incredible. You have to try in order to be that bad. We hate the sun from head to toe.
Never let him grow.
So the animals float down the river as they encounter many horrible, disastrous obstacles in their way. Like...
Giant tree!
My God! We'll hit that eventually! So the henchmen find the animals and try to attack them. But Edmund sticks to his guns by doing what he knows best, shouting the words, "Oh no."
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Uh-oh. 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 I haven't discovered swear words yet, so my range of making up vocabulary is limited. Ah!
So the animals escape and finally make it to the city. The owls have returned to tell the Duke the bad news.
You imbecile! That's not an adequate pipe.
Oh yes, I forgot to mention that the Duke's breath contains magical powers. You know what this is? This is the animated version of Mad Libs. It makes just about as much sense. So our main hero gets turned into an animal.
Cat!
Okay, he's transformed by the villains. Noun.
Rat!
Rat, alright. They have to travel to the city to find an animal.
Rooster!
Okay. Who makes the sun rise by? Verb.
Singing!
Singing, yes! Wow, doesn't that sound ridiculous?